Central Coast Council has confirmed the Erina Pound will be no more, a move from the local government to slash costs as it grapples with the reduced $60 million deficit. Its plan is to turn the Charmhaven animal care facility into a mega pound, which will be run by one provider.
The contracts for the two current providers were expiring. We felt by going to tender and consolidating in one location, we would get a better outcome, which is actually what transpired. Now, we will not be closing the Erina facility until such time as we've provided the extra facilities for cats, extra 20-odd kennels or so for dogs at Charmhaven. The timetable for that was originally around Christmas, but with COVID and the fact we couldn't do construction there for a period and so on, that's running behind schedule. So it's probably going to be just after Christmas into the new year when that facility will be available, and that's when the old facility at Erina will be closed. The people who have operated it down there, I think, have done a fantastic job. It's no reflection at all on their ability, but out of this, we have saved money. We get a better facility, which are two very good things, and one contractor running it.
The SoCare team who manages the Charmhaven Pound has been awarded the sole management contract, which means the Central Coast Animal Care team from Erina are on the hunt for a new home, after Council declined their offer to lease the Pateman Road premises.
When you look at the Erina facility, it is in very poor condition. It's in a flood zone and it's prone to flooding. And it's in actual fact not a healthy environment because there's mould up the walls and everything else for the staff of whether they're contractors or council staff, the staff to actually exist in.
Okay, so we have to be out on the 30th of September. Every animal has to be gone by then. It has to be given back as an empty shell. And at the moment, we're actually looking for other places to go.
But Dee Walters and her team aren't the only community organisation on the hunt for a new home off the back of Council's decision. North Lakes Toukley Rotary Club, who are based next to the Charmhaven Pound, were given an unexpected eviction notice from Council.
In July, we got a notice from the council to saying they were terminating our lease because our lease ran out in 2015, and we've been trying for 6 years to get that lease renewed to no avail. Because of the amalgamation of the council, they told us they weren't doing that sort of stuff anymore. And then just out of the blue, we get an eviction notice saying to be out within a month.
However, it was the charity group who paid for and built the large storage shed at Council's Charmhaven Works depot in 1982.
Maintain it's in good order. We replaced the roof in 2015 at no expense to the council, all at the Rotary Club's expense. We've housed a lot of material there over the years to our work towards our fundraising events and things like that. So yeah, they're not doing anything wrong because they own the land, but it leaves a very poor taste in our mouth. No offer of compensation because it would seem to us that they may want to use the facility. So they've given us the option to remove it, which we're looking at that option now, but obviously there's a cost towards that. DAs to be done, environmental studies, all these things they want us to get done to get something pulled down. Then the cost of pulling it down, and we're trying to weigh up that against how that money could be better used in the community rather than put it that. And if the council is going to use it itself, if they don't want it, fine. If they're going to use it themselves, why not offer us a little bit of compensation for it that we could use for our community or find somewhere else to store our materials?
Central Coast Council has confirmed in a statement that it now needs the space for an upgraded cattery due to the existing one at the Charmhaven depot reaching its use-by date.
Unfortunately, we're not the only group paying the cost for how the council's been handled over the last so many years and the financial position they find themselves in. Unfortunately, the current CEO and administrator, have a job to do, and that's get the books back in the black. We understand that, but there's no thought about the effect and the knock-on effect to the community. It seems with these decisions, it's just a straight-out business decision, and if the Rotary Club's got nowhere to store its stuff and things like that, then what are we going to be able to do for fundraising events into the future to put money back in the community? This club puts in probably in excess of, has for the last 10 years that I've been involved in excess of probably $50,000 a year into the local community charities and other groups that work within this area and charity groups.
Parliamentary Secretary for the region, Adam Crouch, has questioned this move by Council.
That's why I would say to Council, work with Work with organisations like Rotary, see if there are alternative sites that may be underutilised by council that they could help them relocate. I mean, no stone should be left unturned when we're talking about helping our volunteer organisations on the coast, especially given the fact that we have the highest ratio of volunteers on the Central Coast in the nation. And volunteer organisations do a lot of good for council and save council a lot of money, as they do governments. I mean,
and as for Erina's animal care team, Mr. Crouch is also their proud patron.
They've done an amazing job looking after so many cats and dogs and giving them forever homes, including our pound puppy here, Fitz. Great. Whether the facility be at Erina or somewhere else, it's the compassion and the drive and the love that they put into their job. And obviously they're asking for people's support to relocate to a different location. So again, if anyone's got a location that they think they could utilise, please come forward and let Dee know that you've got a location that could make for a great rescue facility. And obviously, if anyone wants to give them financial support as well, they're not asking for much, as they never have.
Sky High.